Hi guys, and welcome to episode 3 of Diaries of a Teenage Fangirl. Today I have two very special guests joining. Stop playing with the lid of your Dutch Bros, Izzy. Hi guys, and welcome to episode 3 of Diaries of a Teenage Fangirl. If you're not watching the video version, obviously you don't see who I'm with, but today I'm with my two younger sisters, Izzy and Charlotte. I thought it'd be really fun to do this episode with them because we grew up in like a very unique way. I feel like we had like a very interesting childhood. Like we started doing being homeschooled in 2016, and basically we like traveled the world for like 4 years straight. Like until COVID hit, we were traveling more than we were at home, and we were all just like very close in age. I feel like we are all very close as siblings because of the way we grew up, and I thought it'd be really fun to like tell some of those stories for you guys. I feel like it's most important to start kind of like when we like became homeschooled. So basically in like 2015 we had went to this event, and it was like a ton of my dad's entrepreneur friends, and one of our friends' like families, like they were homeschooling their kids, and we stayed with them for a week, and just like seeing the way they like lived their life and everything, they seemed like so happy and so great, and we're like, wow, this is something we want to do, because we had also started traveling a lot, and it had gotten to a point where the school was basically like, if you guys don't stop traveling, we're gonna like call CPS because your kids are never in school.
Yeah.
Even though like our parents weren't really doing anything wrong at all.
funny.
We just like weren't going to school because we were traveling.
But they were gonna call CPS even.
They were not gonna call CPS.
Yeah.
What?
No, they threatened that to mom and dad, even though they were crying. Like my teachers were.
Hey guys, this is your queen Izzy editing, and I would just like to say, I don't know why I look like that, but just ignore it. Thank you.
Have to.
Like it's a private school.
No, like you still have to follow the same laws.
Oh.
Especially for like a school like that, that's like a typical.
Anyways.
So it had gotten to this point where we had kind of just been talking about the idea of homeschooling for like a solid year. And then in 2016, like literally 2 days before we went on Thanksgiving break in 2016, my mom had kind of been like, should we just like pull the plug and like start actually homeschooling? Us were like obviously down because like we didn't want to go to school, And literally my mom, we had parent-teacher conferences like the day before Thanksgiving break started, and my mom walked into parent-teacher conferences and basically just told all of our teachers like the kids aren't coming back to school after the break is over, and she pulled us out, and then from then on our life just got like really crazy. We started just traveling.
In a good way.
Yeah, obviously. And we started just traveling like nonstop, and we have so many just like funny stories from traveling, and also just our childhood in general, because like my mom, there was like these solid 2 years where she gave us this like screen time limit where we could only be on our like screens for 2 hours a day.
The TV.
Like literally just 2 hours of screens a day, so we basically lived outside and like
in
doing
our, like 10 acres of land, and
because we also lived on 10 acres.
yeah, we basically lived on a farm.
Yeah,
like it was like
Even
our house.
We did have it.
We had like a house, and then we had like this massive like
Backyard.
road around the house.
around our house, and we had like a pool and a little golf course.
It was
thing.
such a cool house.
And then we had like goats and chickens
and alpacas.
Yeah, so
I
all we
forgot about
did
those.
for those first, like whenever we were home not traveling, we were just like outside playing together.
And we have some really funny stories from that.
From that and from traveling. We were just like kind of.
And I feel like maybe we start with the non-traveling, then we get into the traveling, because I feel like that's the majority of them. We can each tell like one of our favorite stories from that.
Alright.
My personal favorite is, so we always had landscapers, because obviously when you have 10 acres of land, it's like a lot to upkeep.
Yeah.
And we'd always try to mess with them because we were bored. We had nothing to do. So there was this one time where I had this like bright neon blue wig. I think I had this because the school we went to, like our spirit color was blue, so we'd wear this for like Spirit Day. And I put on this blue wig, stole a pair of like my mom's high heels, put on some like weird, like I put on like some dark red lipstick, like some crazy fit, and I'm like, let's go tell the landscaper I'm your guys' babysitter and try to convince him I'm your new babysitter. So
why would we do that?
Literally, so we walk out to him, and I start speaking in this really bad Southern. I'm literally like maybe 11, like, and I go up to him, and I'm like, hey y'all, I'm Bella. I'm from Georgia.
He's like, where in Georgia? You're like, I don't know.
I go, I'm Bella from Georgia, and I just moved here to babysit these 2 girls, and I just wanted to introduce myself. And he's like, oh, where in Georgia are you from? And I go,
he's like, my parents live in Georgia.
And I go, I don't know. I moved here a long time ago, even though I had just said I just moved here. And then I go, I don't know. I moved here a long time ago. I forgot where in Georgia I'm from. And he literally was just like, right. Well, nice to meet you, Bella.
Then he went and told our dad. Like, he was like, yeah, your girls just tried to come up to me. And he didn't tell us. My dad never told us that the landscaper told us to him until like a year ago. Like this whole time, this whole time we thought we convinced this babysitter or this landscaper that Maddie was our babysitter. But then our dad, like a year ago, when we were telling him this story, he was like, yeah, he actually talked to me about that.
Like that day, he actually told me.
Yeah, and that wasn't our only story with landscapers. Like there's this other guy, like Zach, I think was his name.
Is this gonna be your story?
Sure.
Okay. Zach, if you're watching this.
Zach was his name.
Zach,
and
we're sorry.
We would like search his car. And for my birthday one year, I got a Project MC Square, which was like these spy girls. I got a kit, and we'd put stuff on our golf cart.
We used that thing for 5 years. Like,
yeah, we'd put things on our golf cart so that whenever he grabbed it, we could get his fingerprint.
No,
I'd be like,
walk up
hold on.
to
I'd be like,
water bottle.
can you open my water bottle for me? And he'd open it for me, and it was metal, so then we'd get his fingerprint. And we caught him like vaping one time.
And we thought that like since he vaped, he had to be a drug dealer.
Yeah. So we just like would go to conclusions, and then we like would read. If we'd go into our fridge in our garage, we'd go into his lunch and see the notes that his girlfriend packed him, and we were like, wait, I think they broke up. And we made like all these assumptions about this poor Zach guy.
But then we got him sleeping on the job.
And we got him fired.
Yeah, then we got him fired because we caught him sleeping.
By the way,
we got a lot of
me.
babysitters
I
fired.
pulled out my iPad and took a photo of him.
Well, okay, this is gonna sound really bad, guys, but like,
but we're good kids.
We had because my dad was telling us, he's like, Zach has been telling me you guys have been spying on him. Because also to preface, we were really young, like we were like 10, 8, and 7, like we were all really little.
No, Charlotte was 9, and you were 11, and I was 8.
Okay,
or you were.
But basically, we were telling my dad one night at dinner, like, we think Zach's a drug dealer, basically. And, like, we've been spying on him. That's why we've been spying on him. And my dad's like, why do you think he's a drug dealer? And we're like, well, first of all, he sleeps on the job. And then my dad was like, wait, is he actually sleeping on the job? We're like, yeah. And he's like...
And I pull up all the
And,
receipts.
yeah, my dad was like, do you guys have, like, proof of this?
We're like, heck yeah!
And we had video evidence.
We have, like, pictures and evidence of everything that we saw. It was really crazy. Yeah, we did a lot of spying and things.
We'd like jump out of our windows. We had this like really
the
long
snake.
snake.
The
One
snake
time,
stuffed animal.
Okay, really quick, I need to tell the story. So we used to think it was so fun to try and sneak out of my bedroom. So my room, it was like the front of the house, and then my room was like facing. Do you guys remember this?
Yes, I do.
And I just thought it would be so fun, and we thought it would be fun to like. I don't even know why we did this, because our parents didn't care if we went to play in our backyard.
No, sometimes they grounded us.
Yeah, we'd get like grounded or something.
We would have to get.
But then we'd climb out of my room because it's the closest to the ground, and one of us would hold the pet snake at the front.
It was like this like 5-foot long
animal.
Snake stuffed animal,
and like Maddie would hold it, and me and Izzy would like climb down.
They'd suspend themselves.
One time, my mom was like, "Erin, have you seen the footprints on the wall outside?" and like, we also had an alarm on our house, so like if one of the things weren't fully shut, then it would like give them a note. And every night that we did that, my dad would come in and go, "Why is your window open?" And because it had a little bit of cracks, I never forgot to shut it all the way.
And that is so funny.
And we literally left footprints all up the walls of our house because we were suspending out of it.
And then one time, one of our babysitters snitched on us.
Bro, we had too many.
Wait,
who was the one who? Because she was like psychotic.
Bro. Oh my gosh, you might have to tag out that name because
I'll believe that.
She was going through some mental health problems.
No, they had to fire her because she was too happy. That's what
Yes!
they were like she's too happy. Like there's so, like, but I don't know what that means. Like maybe she just like
I
did too
think
many
she
drugs.
was on substances. No, because like years later, Mom told me that she was like on substances as she was babysitting us.
Wow,
Because
that's
And we
her
made
car
the- but we
always
ma-
smelled like weed.
But she
no,
made
it
the,
didn't.
No,
Yes, it
it
did.
But she made the gigantic fork. Like the
Oh yeah, she made the best
Yeah.
forts. Remember?
Maybe it's because of how happy.
Okay,
she
can we just
was.
talk about how Izzy would build stuff
No!
into the trees?
Wait, that's Izzy's story. That's Izzy's story.
Okay, so basically,
So,
we
so
have-
my story is.
so my story, basically we had like a bunch of trees, right? And because it was a huge property. And in front of like Charlotte's area, don't look at me like that. In front of Charlotte's area, like her room, there's like a bunch of trees, right? It's outside in the front yard. And there was this one tree that like was special to me. Like I don't think anybody understood like how how much.
It's the papa tree.
No.
It's her other
That,
special.
I had multiple trees that meant something. So basically,
She had a lot
this
of
tree.
special trees, I guess.
This tree, I actually also had a tree where I met an imaginary friend once, and like I had like fake tea parties and like a little table out for it. But anyways, but this
Hold up.
but this
Hold on
tree
a
was
minute.
one of my favorites. So it had like a door in the tree, basically, like not a door, but there was an entrance in the tree. I could like.
What?
This tree was huge. It was like a huge bush, you can say. A huge bush. And there was like, you know the bushes with like being cut kind of?
Yes. It was
I
shrubbery.
could walk through the freaking bush. And it was huge. I was a tiny little baby. So I could, it was like my house. So I was like, you know what? This is becoming my area. I get out some blankets, some toys, some snacks, some waters. This is like all my area, by the way. And it was just my area, right? Until one day, I go out there and my stuff is gone. I'm like, what the actual hell is happening? I go inside to look for it, and my dad's like, guys, I think that one of you guys, and Dad was like, have any of you guys been like playing outside in a tree or something? Because I think like Mike was one of our other landscapers, and he was like,
He thinks there's a homeless person living on the property.
he literally thought someone was homeless, was living at our house. And I was like, no, that's like my tree area. And my dad's like, what?
Is it like they fully thought Izzy was a homeless person?
Which I
so
wasn't.
bad.
I wasn't.
What do you mean you weren't? Obviously you weren't. Izzy also used to
Which
run
I
away. Izzy also used to run away literally all the time.
She had this bag that she'd keep under her bed.
So
with-
whenever we pissed her off, she'd run. But we literally had a gated property. She couldn't just leave.
But if Buddy could get out there, so could I. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Buddy's our dog, by the way.
Like, I remember the first time my mom ever left me home alone with my siblings.
Oh yeah,
Literally,
that
she's
was
like-
so scary.
She was like, don't go outside. I don't know why. She was like, just stay inside the whole time I'm gone, and we'll be gone for 10 minutes, whatever.
Of course,
Literally,
Izzy has
Izzy's
to
like-
run away.
Izzy goes, I want to go outside. I'm like, no, we can't go outside. And she goes, if I can't go outside, I'm running away.
And we called mom on our like
we didn't
home
have
phone.
phones.
We had like a home phone.
I asked the Alexa. I go, Alexa, call. And then I said my mom's number.
Izzy was just like kind of crazy. One time she tried to stab us. She chased us and our cousins around the house with a knife.
Skylar and
And-
KK, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, it was really funny.
Well, because
Also-
basically what happened is we were all doing it. Yes?
Let's talk about the story of the Bobcats.
Yeah, we'll do that. I want to tell the stabbing story first, then we can do Bobcat drills.
I never stabbed anyone, by the way. I never did, but I almost did.
I almost did. So basically, our two cousins were in town, and we were like all sleeping in our living room. And
Yeah.
our living room was set up to where it was a big room, and then there was a wall, and then a
We
door,
had a
but
really
like
cool house.
the door frame didn't have a door in it. It was just kind of an opening, if that makes sense.
Because it was huge.
And then there was a fireplace, but the fireplace was kind of like a window. It was like a hole in the wall into the next room. So we're all in the living room. I promise this contributes to the story. So we're all in the room. It's like really late at this point. It's like 1 a.m. or something. And we're all trying to pick what movie we wanted
Me
to
and my
watch.
cousins are all sleeping on the floor on beanbags or mattresses.
And
whatever.
Izzy wanted to watch Instant Family. And I forget.
Who let a 7-year-old watch Instant
That was
Family?
Izzy's favorite.
I'm sorry,
That
I
was
don't know
his
why it
favorite
was.
movie of all time, and I forget what else we all wanted to watch, but all of the 4 other of us all agreed on one movie. None of us wanted Instant Family.
Izzy had.
And Izzy,
I think we ended up watching Instant Family.
They were,
Yeah.
they were attacking me too.
so Izzy goes, I'm gonna kill you guys, and she goes out to the kitchen, grabs a
I didn't.
butcher
I
knife.
said, fine, I'm gonna stab you guys if you don't put the movie on.
And then she came and stood like in that doorway area, which is like the only way to get out of the living room, holding this knife. And all of us were like, holy fuck, we're about to be killed. So me and my older cousin,
Guys,
we like,
I swear I'm not crazy anymore. I'm kidding. I'm medicated though, so it's okay.
So anyways,
we're like hiding under like
And
the
then me and
bean bags,
KK.
and Shirley and KK, who's our young, like
We're
Charlotte,
younger.
and then my younger cousin, they decide to get up, be so brave, and they get up and they run through the fireplace. Obviously, it wasn't lit, and
we like crawl through the fireplace while she's standing at the door, and my heart's like racing. This is like the scariest moment of my life. My parents are asleep. Like this was
Not for me.
terrifying. So I go into the fireplace. Me and KK, we sprint down. Like our parents are more
And by
like
the way, I don't really
far
know they're
away.
gone. I don't really know.
far away down the hall, and Izzy's just like, I'm gonna stab you guys. Like,
So Charlotte, as you guys are running down the hallway, you started screaming.
I'm like,
Izzy's gonna kill us! And you remember KK going, she has a knife!
yeah, I feel like I was always like, and then my mom came and stopped it, but I feel like I was kind of
No, it was Dad. It was
Oh.
not Mom. It was Dad. Dad started yelling at me and forced me into my room and put the gate up, even though I was like,
Put a baby gate on.
I feel like I was always like such like a brave, like free-minded kid. Like one time we were like
You
selling
were, though.
stuff. Remember that time at
Oh my
we
god!
were selling stuff, and this guy like, so we were selling sunscreen. It was like all the kids at the place were trying to sell things, and this guy tried to take my sunscreen. He like starts walking away. I go, did he just take that without paying us?
and you chased
I
him.
chased him down this hotel. I'm like this tall, and there's just like this big Mexican man, and he like stole my stuff. And I'm like, it wasn't even my stuff. Like my parents bought it, and then we were just selling it, and then we were gonna get the money. Like, so then of course I have to go chase him down. I'm like, give me that back. Like,
Charlotte Lou starts sprinting through the hotel.
yeah, and then I got that sunscreen back, and everybody was proud of me. So, what can I say?
What can you say?
It was really good. I feel like those are some, yes?
I would like to share my story again. A different one.
Oh, okay.
Cougar.
Oh, yeah.
So basically, we had this park. I mean, we had 10 acres of land, right? So we had like a big park. Well, okay, park. And we had these drills, by the way. So we had a park, and there was a huge road, and then behind,
a park.
and there was all these woods. It's like our backyard was kind of like a forest.
It was
Yeah.
like a playground, guys.
Yeah.
It was like a playground.
Well, we had a park, and we also had like a forest and like almost like
Yeah.
desert land,
Yeah.
kind of.
We had
Just
like,
just like farmland, kind of.
one time I like made it to the other side that no one's ever seen, and I
Remember-
saw our neighbors, and the dogs started chasing after me. I never told anyone that. But
Remember we thought there was alligators and like there was like 3 ponds and one of them was in the back and we thought there was alligators.
Yeah.
One time I got stuck in quicksand
Oh, I remember that too.
and I started crying.
And I had to pull you out with
No!
the ball.
You weren't there.
You weren't there, Maddie.
Wait, I'm thinking of the time that it was like a birthday party and I had to bring the golf cart down.
No, I'm thinking of remember when
I know what you're talking
we had
about.
a sleepover at the Stevensons.
Yes, Maddie wasn't there, but I
Yeah,
remember
and
that.
then like they like ran to go get Dad and we were all sobbing. Okay, anyways, so we lived on all this land,
Yeah,
right?
we lived on all this land, and there were bobcats on our land. There were.
Like, we had a cougar one
Creatures.
time.
I've had dreams of lions, even though there hasn't been. But like, I've had dreams. I was convinced.
Dreams of it.
We
So
also-
it's real.
Also, I was convinced there were like bears in our backyard because like remember our treehouse, right? It was called the Bear Club.
No.
Yes, yes, and
Yes,
and
with our
Maddie made
soccer
coloring
friends.
pages.
Yes. Yeah. Anyways. We had drills. Maddie made them up. It was if you see a
It's like
animal-
fire drill. It was like a
Yeah.
fire drill.
What a bobcat
If you
drill.
see a bobcat, 2 steps back and then you run.
And you run it. And we had this thing called the craft shack. It was like right by
That
our
thing
pool.
was cool.
And it was like a pool house, but we converted it into like our crafting room so we weren't making such a mess inside the house.
Our
Yeah, so
parents
mom and
designed
Dad
it
like
and
completely
everything,
redid
yeah.
it. It was so cute and nice.
Yeah. So then we'd go to the craft shack. You'd have to wait a few minutes, and then you'd run from the craft shack into the house.
And I've had to do it once. No, this was a rare experience.
Yeah, because we did it
'Cause,
a
like-
lot as a joke. We would like try and scare each
Well,
other.
no, because we would do it as like the drill, because that's what it is, like a practice. So randomly, like one of us, like we'd be playing on the playground, and I would just go Bobcat drill, and we'd have to like
Maddie was
pretend
the
we
leader.
saw a
Why was
bobcat.
Maddie the leader? Who made her the leader?
Because I was the oldest. Like,
Okay, but
why was
anyways.
Maddie the leader? Maybe because you were 7.
Okay, so you guys were inside. Me and Brax were going outside. Brax is like 2 years old, 3 years old. Speaking of him, he's yelling. But we were like on the swings, right? We jumped off like we usually did, and I don't know what we were doing. Like we were like building sand castles, whatever. And then all of a sudden, like on the corner of my eye, I see something move. So I turn my head. Guess what the is there? A freaking bobcat. A bobcat's there staring at me, and it was like a little farther away, so it was fine. But I was like, it was not fine in the moment. So I go practice bobcat drill. I wasn't gonna tell him anything. I wasn't gonna
Say
scare
that
him
you
to
actually
eat him.
saw one.
So we did the 2 steps back and ran. And when I tell you, I was like crying, like my heart was going.
They were in the craft shack, and then I literally remember seeing them like out of one of the windows, like running from the craft shack into the house because I was in mom's room
And
when I saw
then-
you.
We ran inside eventually after like the coast was clear. Like I kept looking out like the little windows in the craft shack, and I told my dad, and he's like, "No, you're lying. It was probably just like the neighbor's cat, because that one cat was always in our property, right? Do you guys remember?"
No problem.
Anyways, it was an orange cat, but dad was like, "No, it's probably the cat," and no,
yeah, I
he
remember we
checked.
all thought you were lying.
You guys did, and I was like, "Am I going crazy? Like, am I hit the out? Hit the
Am I
out? That is
schizophrenia?
not a joke, guys. I'm sorry." And then, so my dad was like, "Fine, let me check the cameras." And guess what? He saw a freaking bobcat. I was not lying, so
Yeah, those are
what can
some
I
of
say? I'm a truthful kid.
those are some of our. I don't know if I would say you were a truthful kid, but those. Oh wait,
And he bit my
wait.
finger.
I have one more. I have one more story about
Okay.
Izzy. So
They're
one
all
time
about
we
me
made
'cause-
one time we made an obstacle course, and one of the things of the obstacle course was you had to jump onto the trampoline.
Okay,
And our trampoline was in the ground. It was like an in-ground trampoline, and there was this gap in between, like, the hole and the trampoline, but it was only, like, a leg's width. Like, it was really, like,
Okay, wait,
tiny.
can I take this over?
Yeah, Charlotte needs to talk.
So basically, we had like our playground here, and then there was like these few stairs, and then this little grass, and then in the middle of the grass there was our trampoline. It was all like maybe in like an
It was
100 feet radius.
yeah,
Like,
it was really
it was
cool.
pretty condensed, and the playground was like touching the trampoline basically.
Yeah.
And we made these obstacle courses because it was just like we were bored homeschool kids. We had nothing to do, and of course I was the fastest, but Izzy like,
Yeah.
really wanted to win, and so she does her turn. Like Ashley was there, right? She was timing
And
us.
mom.
Ashley was like our old nanny, and our mom.
Godmom now.
What?
Ashley's our godmom.
Oh.
Yes.
And then Izzy's turn happened, and she starts doing it. She's going really fast. Whatever, she gets. To
I'm
the part,
beating the record, by the
She
way.
gets to the part of the trampoline. One of her legs just
I
fall
fell
into the
trampoline.
ground of the trampoline.
And she starts screaming. I broke my leg! I broke my leg! Ah! So my parents are like, "Oh my god, we need to take her to the ER." Like,
no, like Dad like waited like 2 hours. He was like, okay,
No,
you're
he
still gonna-
didn't.
Really?
He took me 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I remember like you guys crying. You guys were literally crying.
no, I was mad because we were supposed to go to Build-A-Bear that day, and then we couldn't go to
I remember
Build-A-Bear.
that because we never get to go to Build-A-Bear, and it was like the most fun thing.
And like I had
ever.
finally convinced our mom to let us go, and we couldn't go anymore because someone. But then Izzy is like, "I need to go." She goes, and they tell her that she like.
Dad, by the way, Dad's carrying me,
Literally
and then like
just,
Maddie's like, "You'll be okay, Izzy. Don't worry."
She literally just like
Crying.
bruised her knee, like.
No, they literally told me it was fractured. It was
Remember, she
fractured.
forgot what leg it was.
Yeah.
She was there, and they were like, "Wait, which leg hurts?" And they came back. They scanned it, and they
It
came
didn't
back.
hurt though in the moment, but then after, I just went on crutches. Like I will admit, like
She
it didn't
scanned
hurt,
it, and then they came back in. They're like, "Okay, tell me which leg hurts again." And she was like, She chose the wrong fucking leg."
Cause I remember her coming back and being like, "That's not correct." So then she
I
comes
think
back.
I was freaking myself
She literally
out.
has an ace bandage wrapped around her
And
knee.
she's crutching.
And she's crutches, and she's like dying. And then like literally 2 days later, I open up the door to her room.
Girl was lying at this point. This never happened.
No, I
Izzy,
remember this.
This story is something everybody remembers except for you. So I open up the door and I see her walking around her room perfectly fine. No
You
crutches.
saw that because I
And
do
I
that all
say,
the time.
I go, "Izzy?" And then all of a sudden she falls to the floor, all dramatic. She goes, "Ah, my crutches fell and I can't walk."
I was
That's
I
like
thought-
that one episode of Dance Moms when like Mackenzie like sprained her foot because she
Yeah.
didn't want to dance.
Yes.
And then Maddie like caught her doing car wheels in her room.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that reminds me
It
of.
does.
Yeah. But those are some of our best
At home.
My
memories.
at-home stories, and now I think we should each tell one of our favorite
Traveling memories.
traveling memories.
Okay, I'll tell the Haiti one where we got.
Yeah, okay, you start that.
So basically,
We didn't get-
no,
You said where we got shot at.
no, where we got.
We've
the
never
weapon.
gotten shot, guys.
No, we almost did. So basically, this is trauma in important into my brain. Be quiet.
Oh wait, in Haiti?
Just shut up for a second.
Shut up. I think she's thinking about the wrong country.
Ow, Izzy!
You just hate me like you. Ow, Maddie. Someone's giving ugly strawberries. Never mind.
Wait.
So, let me just talk real quick,
Okay.
guys.
Let her speak her truth.
Don't silence me. So I'm gonna stand up. Okay, ready? So we were in Haiti, right? I was about, how old? 7, 8, 9, whatever. So I was there, and we were all there.
We were doing mission work
Mission
there.
work. By the way, guys, we're not Mormon. We're Christian. So, well, mission work is like for Mormons, and we're not Mormon.
Izzy, mission work is for everyone.
Well, you never know. And I don't want people to think I'm Mormon. Anyways, to the Mormons out there, be you. Anyways, so basically, we're in Haiti, right? And we're in like a little van getting driven by like a...
You're driving to the airport after the mission trip.
Nope. You're thinking of the wrong one. I'm not thinking of the one where you guys threw up everywhere. That traumatized me. I don't
when
even
the
want
guy
to talk
came
about that. So basically, when we were driving back from the airport in Haiti, this guy was driving us in like this van, but like it wasn't a van. Like the doors were open, kind of like. Do you remember it? And like the back was like just like a black clear thing. I don't think you guys remember what I'm talking about.
No,
But
I do.
anyways, all of a sudden we get pulled over. They're like these people chasing us, yelling at us, right? These weren't cops, by the way. These were just random people. They point the guns to our driver. They go, these were the guns, by the way. They're pointing the guns, and I'm just looking there, and I'm hiding under the seat. I'm ducking down, like, this is where my anxiety
I
started.
remember my mom being like, act like you're asleep, act like you're asleep,
I
act like you're
remember
asleep.
that.
No, I was with Ashley, and Ashley was telling me, act like you're asleep.
It was so bad, and I was literally traumatized. I was not okay. And then, so we had to give them money, right? And then they're like, okay, bye, have a good day.
I don't think you explained it.
I did. I explained it
So
perfectly.
basically, like, we were driving to the
I
airport.
explained it perfectly.
Well, these, like, guys stopped us with machine guns. Like literally
big guns.
AR-15, like, assault rifles.
They were about to shoot us all.
And, like, came into our... And they're, like, all speaking in Haitian, and they're, like, yelling at our...
Is Haitian a language?
Actually, I think
Everybody's
it's Creole.
Or like European.
Hold on.
French.
Hold on.
European? What the fuck is European?
I meant French.
Wait, hold on.
Wait,
So
okay,
also,
sign language.
The time before the trip, like before the Haiti trip, Mom and Dad were watching a movie, right? And it was like, I think it was like in Africa, and it was like how these people killed all these people.
Oh, the hotel one?
Yeah.
Wait, Hotel
All
Mumbai?
these people killed all these people.
Oh my gosh, that movie traumatized me. All I saw was dead bodies.
Wait,
from
look
the
it up. I
buses
think it's
and
called Hotel Mumbai.
Mumbai.
Movie.
Oh, I remember watching this.
It was traumatizing.
Yes!
Oh, hey, oh no.
Mom and Dad were watching Hotel Mumbai, which is basically about this, like, thing. I think it actually might have happened in
I
real
think
life,
it
but I
did.
think I maybe
You're
might
lying.
be making that up. I think it did, Izzy. Wait. Look up, did Hotel Mumbai happen? Hotel Mumbai, true story.
I think it is. Yeah, it's true.
Okay, so basically there was like this thing in like what year?
No, I can't
2008, where these like people in Mumbai broke into this hotel and like shot and like were killing all these tourists. But they made a
And
movie
it also
on it.
happened outside of it too, though. It wasn't just in the
Yeah, I
hotel.
know.
It was outside, and all these everyone was dead. Okay, guys, we're back.
So, but my parents were watching the Hotel Mumbai movie before we went to Haiti, and Izzy like saw them watching it, and it was really scared and thought that's what was happening to us.
No, and I was like, we're about to all be dead. We're about to be
That's
shot
like low-key very traumatizing for a little kid.
That was like actually really scary.
Like we went on a lot of different mission trips where we'd have to like go
And I remember
see
like
these
visiting
kids.
orphanages and stuff. Like, why were we doing that?
No,
It's
to help
them, is
No.
Yes.
Okay, my turn. We actually.
I mean, yeah, but like I
But-
could have got killed.
I have two. My first one's like really quick, and then my second one's
Okay, yeah.
My first one's kind of just like a me story, but I feel like it says a lot about like how we were raised.
So,
Basically, when I was 9, I got this thing called a sponsored child, and
Oh yeah.
it's where I
Can I tell the story?
no, this is
Stop.
I remember that.
it's not funny. It's so sweet.
Okay, so
no,
when she was 10 for her 10th birthday.
No,
I
I
gotta
gotta say
say
that I had a sponsored child.
Okay, so Maddie had a sponsor child, And like for like 2 years straight, they would like write letters back and forth to like this
Basically, it was
random
like
girl.
this girl in like Sri Lanka, and I like paid $50 a month, and it helped her get like schooling and food and stuff. And then she was like my pen pal, and she was my age, and we'd send each other letters.
Yeah, and for her 10th birthday, all she wanted to do was go visit her sponsor child.
I wanted to meet. Wait, I should bleep that because I don't know if I can.
Yeah,
say her name.
Okay. And she was just like wanted to be friends with her, wanted to meet her and stuff. And she got that. She got a plane ticket for her birthday, and she started like sobbing.
It was
like, it was
so
so sweet.
I should put in the clip.
Yeah.
see my sponsor child.
Yeah. Do you love it?
And she's like sobbing. It's so cute. And then
No,
for my
it was-
10th
I get to
birthday,
meet
I
my
got to go to
sponsor
Disney World. So yeah.
Okay, so basically,
Okay, guys, we're back.
my big story is in 2019. We went to Paris, and one of the nights we just like literally could not sleep. And the next day we were going to Disneyland Paris, and we could not sleep. Genuinely, I don't know what it was. We pulled an all-nighter. Not even being dramatic. We stayed up the whole entire night,
The whole entire day, too.
and because we had 2 separate hotel rooms, and me and my siblings were in one room, and our parents were in the other. And I like heard them, and like the rooms were connected.
You
and
heard them?
And I remember
11/11, make a wish.
But I heard them get up in the morning, my parents, and turning to my sisters and being like, guys, pretend we're asleep. And we all
Yeah, it
pretended
was
to sleep
so
for 5
funny.
minutes, and our parents came in, and then we woke up. We were like,
Sorry, guys,
oh,
I'm being a
we
little
slept
tired.
so good this morning.
It was because the time change. Like everything just felt not real.
And
So that's
Paris-
the first time we had gone somewhere where like the time change was like 7 or 8 hours. I
That's
think.
not true. We went to London before that.
Oh, well, I don't remember London being that much. But,
It's
like,
the
same.
exact same.
Guys,
time
my
change.
hair is very ratchet right now. I'm sorry. What?
And then we did Disneyland Paris after pulling an all-nighter, and that's one of my favorite memories because it was really crazy.
I was gonna put it
Can
on
you
your head.
stop?
We went to Cuba, and okay, wait, Maddie, can you do like the introduction of why it's weird that we went to Cuba, and I'll tell like the story.
So
How it's
basically,
illegal and
Cuba was one of like our first places we like out of country.
Just so random because who brings their kids to Cuba as their first out of country
Izzy,
vacation?
give me back the jelly cat. Stop. But
Aw, poor
basically,
baby.
like people weren't allowed to visit Cuba. I don't know the logistics behind that, but I know that the U.S. wasn't, and then they had just like reopened it to tourism. And my mom, like the moment they reopened it, was like, let's just like all go to Cuba. And I'm pretty sure they were under
Let's
like,
all put ourselves in danger.
I'm pretty sure Cuba was like, okay, don't quote me on anything I'm about to say because I don't know how accurate any of this is, but I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure Cuba was like under a dictatorship. And I'm
What's
just gonna
that?
explain the illegals
Yeah.
really quick. But like, basically, like we were staying at an Airbnb, and like our Airbnb host told us that basically her having an Airbnb was illegal. The government found out that she was like doing an
Yeah.
Airbnb because they weren't allowed to have jobs that like weren't.
It was insane.
I don't know. I was really young when all this happened, so.
Yeah, so basically, like, we went to Cuba, and it was, like, the first, like, out-of-country vacation since we had started homeschool, because we'd been to, like, Mexico and Canada before, but those were just, like, this was
And-
our first place,
Oh
kind
yeah.
of.
Oh, yeah.
That was, like, different, I guess.
Guys, I met.
It was like out of. Well, I guess that's still North America.
Wait, can we talk about Finland and Iceland where I met Santa?
Yeah, one sec.
Yeah.
So we go to Cuba, and we're staying at, like, this kind of crazy house. Like, there's, like, bullet holes in the walls.
There was like cannonball.
Oh,
holes
also
through
in
the
Mexico
window.
that
Yeah.
happened. We can talk about that later.
Yeah, so there's, like, a cannonball hole through one of the windows, and it was just, like, a little bit,
It was
like,
really.
sus, I guess.
It was really sus.
And also, like, there was this random lady who came into our house and cut us fruit up every morning.
It was.
My
good
parents
for
never
you.
paid for that extra or anything. It's just, like, how their Airbnbs work, I guess. Like, this lady came and cut us up fruit, like, every morning. It was really good.
And gave
we
us
had, like-
orange juice.
Yeah, and we had, like, a newborn baby brother, and they didn't have milk anywhere. They only had powdered milk. So our little brother literally just didn't eat that whole time. Like, he was only 30 pounds probably, because he was, like, a little baby, and then, like, he was probably 20 pounds by the end of that vacation. Like, just skin and bones, because he didn't fucking eat anything. And this was after he had been done breastfeeding, but, like, he still only drank, like, milk and, like, ate,
Yeah.
So my camera stopped recording, so we had to.
So, like, I'm
Sorry
gonna
about
try and remember where I was. But basically, like, we were in Cuba. It was a little bit weird. Like, we had a newborn brother. Every time we'd go to restaurants, like, the waitresses would just take our brother and be like, let me hold your baby. And my mom, of course, would just let them hold our baby.
It was really cute.
Yeah, he was, like, a really cute kid, I guess. Now he's, like, weird and annoying.
But anyways,
And so, one time... okay. But the point of the story is we left our luggage. No, we didn't even leave our luggage. Our
We
luggage
lost
got
it.
lost in the mail. So we all shared, like, one suitcase. And our mom's suitcase, our dad's, and our brother's, like, all of that came. but our clothes just didn't come, and all we had was
My
like
Justice
the
clothes were-
sweatpants from Justice that we came in. We couldn't just be in sweatpants, so we went to like this little market thing with like all these homemade clothes and stuff.
Homemade.
Like
Homemade?
yeah, like hand knitted and like hand dyed and just like nice quality like homemade clothes. And so we bought some, and we bought these dresses. They were like hand woven. They were really pretty. Izzy's was like blue and purple. Maddie's was
Yeah.
green and blue, and mine was like pink and orange or something
Yeah,
like that.
it was.
And we went to dinner one night, and we kind of like walked everywhere, but we went to dinner, and it's like later at
They were
night,
pretty dresses.
and it starts pouring rain on our walk home, and we're like in our neighborhood. We're getting close, and our bodies start getting dyed in the color of our dresses. So I look like an Oompa Loompa, and they look like literal Smurfs, and that's what we were calling each other. We were like,
Yeah.
oh my god, Maddie's a Smurf. Oh my god, Charlie, you're an
We
Oompa
thought it was
Loompa."
the funniest.
We thought it was the funniest thing ever. And so then after we like kind of got back, it starts lightning and storming. But we try and go shower it off inside the house because we were covered in the dye from these like handmade dresses because they were like hand dyed and stuff. And we try and go shower, and of course our shower's not working. So then we're like, okay, we're just gonna go shower off in the rain. So we take our clothes off, and we're in like the front of this street in this random Cuban neighborhood. And
All we had on was underwear.
all we had on was underwear. We were like basically naked. And this random guy comes out of his house, our neighbor, and he's like, "You guys are gonna get," but he's like speaking in Spanish.
Yeah, so it's
He's
really
like, we
hard.
don't
He
really
was
know.
speaking in broken English.
The only thing I knew in what was it? Cubanian?
Spanish.
Spanish.
Cubananian. The only thing I knew in Cubananian.
That's really bad, Izzy. That's really
No, in
It's like
Spanish,
you saying European.
the only thing I knew in Spanish was orange. So, and it was orange.
bad. Yeah, because our parents made us do Duolingo.
Yeah.
And do the class on TV
What?
for extra
Yeah.
5 minutes of screen time.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, anyways, where was I? Oh, so then we're dyed, and this guy comes out. He's like, "You guys are gonna get struck by lightning," and we're so embarrassed because we're naked and we're
And this
orange.
old man, with like, I wonder if he's still alive.
He's probably not.
Oh my god.
But...
That's so sad. I love that old man. He warned us.
Yeah, and it was like really scary.
It
'cause
was
like dark
pouring,
out
pouring
and like pouring
rain,
rain
though.
and like
Yeah.
lightning. Okay, that's kind of like it for my story.
Okay, now I feel like to wrap everything up, we have to tell our most crazy story, I feel like, from ever traveling when I broke my ankle.
Oh, on our okay, so basically,
Yeah, like set the scene, like give them the
I'll say the
backstory.
part
so
I did
right when
that.
COVID happened, our parents were like really annoyed because everything was shut down, and they were just like sick of feeling so trapped in our house for months. And
I understood though.
this was like the summer, maybe the end of summer,
This was end of summer. Things had started opening back up, by the way. Like
In
we
2020.
weren't like breaking like
laws or anything.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, like
We would never.
the places we were going, mandates were lifted and like whatnot.
Yeah, so yeah, my parents decided to buy an RV because why not? And we loaded up and
Decorated cute.
yeah, we leave. So me and Izzy shared a bunk bed. Maddie had this loft,
And our
mom
bunk
and
beds
dad
were
slept.
called our rooms.
Yeah, mom and dad slept in the back of the in there because there was like a big bed. Brax slept on the couch. It was like a pretty nice RV. Like it had a lot of space and stuff. But we went like up from Texas
Until a tornado
and, like,
happened and it destroyed.
No way.
Yes, it did. The window completely broke. Dad told me about it.
Oh,
Anyways, go on.
But we did like I think like 20 states.
like
or
20 states over
something.
the course of like 6 months. Like my birthday
It was
spent in
insane.
an
Like
RV.
we've been to every state, I think.
Nope.
What?
But really close.
really close.
Wait, how? Which
We've
one?
missed like 5, maybe 10.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, we've been to like a lot of states now. And we'd like, it was
Pretty
like 6
cool.
months. We stayed at some of them for like a week at a time, 2 weeks, 1 day. Like it would really just vary like how long we would stay in a certain place. We visited family. We kind of just went around. And one time, where were we again? What state were we?
South Dakota.
We were in South Dakota. I don't even know where that is. If I think about the U.S. map, I literally don't know where South Dakota is.
But South Dakota, we didn't think we would like it so much, so we only planned on being there for a day because we wanted to see Mount Rushmore because that's where Mount
Oh,
Rushmore
I've
is.
been there.
Yeah.
Correct. That's what I'm talking
But,
about.
like, this place was so cool.
Yes,
It
we
was
get to the
very
campground and it was like the coolest city ever that we were staying in. So literally that day we had decided to like extend our trip in South Dakota by
a
like
week.
like a few days. Yeah, like we're like, can we see
Look
if we
how
can
thin my hair is.
Wow.
just like we're like, can we see if we can like extend our reservation or whatever at the
And we
campground? So then during this time my parents were filming this podcast series like with these other people because basically
Our
my
parents
mom
were
has
kinda
a
famous.
no
Well, mom was. in, like,
Yeah.
the
Mom was
homeschooling
famous
world.
at the time. She
mom
had a
my
book.
mom has like a book on homeschooling.
Don't
so-
go read it though. Because we're not homeschooling anymore.
Okay, yes, but she had a book on homeschooling and she was like doing this podcast series with my dad, and basically whenever they'd film the podcast, they'd have me bring my siblings to whatever camp, like playground was at the park for like the 90 minutes they filmed.
And this playground was so freaking cool.
Yeah, and basically I have to like kind of give you guys the scene of the way this like RV park looked. So basically there was this like huge hill, like this like mountain, I guess, like this hill of like where all the RVs were, and then at the bottom of the hill was like the playground, and the playground had like this big bouncy pillow, and I was like, this is gonna be lit, like this will be so easy to babysit them, like there's so much to do, whatever.
And there was also swings and playground, but we didn't go on, and there was also a little bit of a water park, like not a water park, but there was a splash pad.
Yeah, splash pad. So whatever, like I bring them down to the bottom of this hill, and like this wasn't like out of the ordinary for like my parents to have us do, and like I had done it before, it was really easy.
And you were like 12 or 13.
Yeah, I was 13 at this point, so
your kid.
Yeah, so I'm like watching them, and we're jumping on this bouncy pillow, and Izzy starts jumping.
So can I tell this part?
Izzy, every time you tell it, it's okay.
So basically, we were jumping, right? And Maddie goes,
Izzy starts getting very close to
Maddie
me.
Maddie goes, Izzy, can you please double bounce me more? And I go, yeah.
Hold up. So that's not what happened. So that's like actually the polar opposite of what happened. Izzy starts getting really close to me. And I explicitly look at her. I go, if you bounce closer to me, you're gonna double bounce me and somebody's gonna get hurt. And Izzy looks at me and goes, I don't care. And jumped as close to me as she possibly could. I double bounced, landed wrong, ankle slipped under me.
She could have landed it right, but she didn't.
Good job, Maddie.
Yeah, all your fault. Okay,
For a snap, and this is 5 minutes into the 90 minutes I'm supposed to be watching them. And also, mind you, when they're filming the podcast, like, they're like unreachable because it's like they're like live recording this
also,
thing.
we're
Like,
at a freaking RV park outside. How are we gonna get
like we can't call them. Like I couldn't call them and be like, hey, emergency. So I hear my bone snap. I crawl off the bouncy pillow and go sit on the edge. I'm like, you guys deal with Brad.
And this thing is the size of like a golf ball.
It's the size of a softball. It was
so bad.
huge. And then all of a sudden, you guys come off the bouncy pillow.
And Brax is like, okay, let me tell the story.
Yeah.
Brax is like, I have to go poop. I'm like, okay, let's go find a bathroom.
Well, because there was a bathroom really close to the bouncy pillow, but
we didn't see it.
no, it was out of order. That was the issue.
Oh yeah, so we go to it. We asked the guy, like this like little guy, and we're like, not little guy, like this older guy.
Lifeguard.
Yeah.
This little guy.
Yeah, he was watching everyone, and he was like, people watching. Anyways,
People
watching.
Oh my
I'm
God.
only looking
just to vicariously.
I've never really been in love. No, serious.
Okay, now I'm gonna
Okay,
keep the
anyways,
story.
what was I
That
saying?
was really embarrassing.
Yeah, so a guy was watching. Embarrassing.
You're trying to find a bathroom. This guy was watching.
So he was watching us, and we're like, hey, where's the bathroom? He's like, oh, it's over there. Me and Brax go over there. I'm like, okay, you're fine. By the way, it's out of order. Doesn't work. I'm like, how's he gonna shit in here then? So we're what?
Nothing.
It's really funny.
And so we're walking, and I'm like, okay, it's fine. Let's go find the bathroom. Maddie's like on a bench sobbing. She's going through something. Charlotte's like, okay, like I'll just stay with Maddie. And like they were yelling at me, by the way. Like my sisters were so mad.
I feel like I went with you.
No, you definitely, because I was alone because I was texting. I was like, my siblings just ran.
You gotta bleep that name out.
Yeah, I'm gonna, obviously. But I was like, my siblings just ran away to go find a bathroom. Like, all three of you guys went, and I was alone.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then so
And we were like walking up the hill, like you
yeah,
know,
up the hill.
Frozen sound. It's like. I was like literally debating just going into a random person's RV and like asking to use their bathroom.
Yeah,
Because they couldn't find the bathroom.
We couldn't, and we're like, okay, like let's go back, let's find it. Like let's go back to the RV so Brax can just go to the bathroom. Brax is like crying. He's like squeezing his cheeks together. He's like farting it. It's so bad. It's so bad. And like this guy's about to shit himself. Like it's not
He's like a 4-year-old, by the way. He's like freshly
like,
potty trained.
He's like a child.
And he's really trying to keep it together. Did
And
he poop himself or did he
no,
make it?
you guys, but all I remember is all of a sudden then I'm sitting and all of a sudden I see Izzy come running down the hill by herself. No Charlotte and no Brax in hand. And Izzy comes running down, she goes, we saw a rattlesnake on the
Oh,
hill.
Wait, where was I?
Oh,
You
yeah.
were still trying to find
We
Brax a bathroom.
saw it by that bush. I forgot about that. We
So
saw
like
it.
you and Braxton were trying to find something, and Izzy came back to update me, I guess, because it had been like 30 minutes at this point.
Yeah, poor Brax.
With no word from my siblings, and like Izzy comes like running down the hill crying. She's like, "Bruh, we saw a rattlesnake Braxton about to poop his pants, and we can't find a bathroom." And then she just ran back up the hill, and then like left me. And I was like, okay.
What the hell?
And I guess you guys ended up finding Braxton bathroom.
No, we made it to the RV
No,
and we
because
told
Mom and Dad had to stop their podcast early, remember?
Yeah, and they were like
And
yelling
they
at
got
us.
so mad.
And then at the end they understood, but
They were still mad at us for like a few days.
yeah, they were. They're like, our podcast is so important. By the way, they have like 2,000 viewers watching. Like, it is not deep. It is not live or anything. They just edit it out. I don't care.
Literally. No, it's because they had like a guest or like they were on
There are
somebody else.
guests with 2,000 followers.
No, they were on a they were actually on this like big person's podcast,
Okay,
and
I
they
don't-
were the guests.
I don't care. Anyways, so we told Mom and Dad, and Dad's like, what? She's probably fine. I was like, no, it's bad. Like, I double bounced her and stuff. And then,
I thought that I asked you to double bounce me more.
and then, so Mom and Dad make it down to the bench, and they're like, what's wrong? And Maddie is stopping. She's like, I cannot walk back up. I'm like gonna die. And then Charlotte and Maddie are yelling at me, and I'm like, they're being mean to me. I did not even do it.
He's like, I would never not listen to Maddie, guy.
Yeah. And then Mom's like, Izzy, did you do this? I was like, no. And then like you were like, I hate you, Izzy. You ruined my whole life. And Dad's like, don't be mean, Maddie. This is your fault. Like, I remember like.
There was like, I don't know, our parents are just really mad at us. I don't even know.
Yeah.
But long story short. No. Basically, then Maddie, like, she got healed, everything was fine, but then she broke her ankle again, which was her fault, and then she got...
Stupid idiot fell down the
Because she
stairs.
fell down the stairs. She just fell down, and then she got CRBS and stuff.
Imagine breaking
Which kind of
your
ruined her
ankle.
life for, like, 3 years, but she's fine. At least she got a Bronco out of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a few 15,000 followers.
Yeah.
Guys, I have more followers than Maddie on YouTube. I have 1,000 something. Did you guys know?
Okay.
How many do you have, Maddie? Only 200?
Nope, I have like 600. Guys, I'm a teenage fangirl. I hope you guys loved it so much and loved our crazy stories. Yeah, let me know what other topics you guys want me to cover in the future, who else you want to see on the podcast, and all of the things.
Peace
Peace,
out.
guys.